Hey guys, it's me, Tanner the Banana. You caught me in the middle of my boxing practice with my homemade boxing gloves here. And I bet you're wondering, how do I make myself a pair of boxing gloves when I just want to exercise and get fit? Maybe even go a few rounds with my buddies in a more safe manner, right? Well, have I got the solution for you? You're in luck because I'm going to make a tutorial vid on how to make boxing gloves. Okay, so to start off the tutorial, the first thing you're going to want to do is take out a random piece of cardboard, then trace your hand on the cardboard like this. It's got to be blocky, and you got to remember to put these side rectangles on there too. You gotta draw the hand, trace the hand like so, like this blocky stuff, and the rectangle on the side too. You gotta cut those out too. Those rectangles will be important later on. Good. We traced the whole tracing out. Now what we gotta do now is make it fingerless at the moment. This will be important, as will this piece we just cut. And since it's the summer season right now is a good time to get pool noodles. So if you haven't gotten a pool noodle yet, I implore you to get one now if you're continuing on this project. So what you want to do is you want to cut out a piece of the pool noodle to your knuckle widths. To the width of your fist, so that it can fit around your knuckles. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut a straight slit through it like so. This will go on the knuckles right here, just like so. Let's move on to the next part of this project. Okay, so now that we glued the knuckle onto the glove part, we're going to take this piece that we cut out earlier from this part, and we're just going to form a claw around it. And what we're going to do is we're going to form the whole thing around the knuckles like this. Taper it around if you need to. I'll show you how. Okay, so the hand thing fell off, but if you take a look here, just tape up the front, and then wrap up the hand, and stick them all together. Don't forget the gaps in between either. It's going to be very important, okay? Okay, so now that we're done the gaps thing, you can wrap the whole knuckle down. Not too tightly though, because you still need your hand to fit through for that punching action, you know? And if it's too tight, not to worry. You can just cut some slits through the side, add some extra tape through the gaps, and then re-wrap them, and that's good. Now, the next part we're going to do is we're going to wrap the whole glove together. And we're going to wrap the whole glove together and cover it in the exact same tape. Why blue, you ask? Well, because why not? You can just coat the whole thing in your own color if you wanted to. I already have red ones, so why not blue, right? And now that we're done wrapping the one side on there and taping the whole thing, your entire color you want, we are now going to work on the thumb and then have the whole glove wrap around the whole thing. But for now, let's work on the thumb. First thing we're going to do, cut a little slit there. That way, we're going to have its little dome little shape there. but not so domey that your thumb doesn't fit. Okay? Once you have the perfect dome shape for that thumb, we're going to put tape over it, and that'll hold it in place. So when we slip our hand in, we'll put the thumb over top, and there we have it. And we can cover up, we can dome it up a little more just so that you have a little bit of detail there. So yeah, there you have it. We'll have to wrap that up there. I'll show you how. So generally, the sides of the gloves are supposed to be long enough so that they can connect to each other, but I didn't have that long of cardboard at the moment, so I just took a rectangle of cardboard, then used some tape on it. So to cover up the whole thing, you can just do this. And yeah, there's a little hole in the glove, but that doesn't really matter, because what does matter is your hand fitting all the way into the boxing glove. And there you have your very own boxing glove. Just make your other one and you have both boxing gloves right over there. Okay, so now that we got our boxing gloves done, I think it's time to test them out on our good old punching bag. Don't you agree, fellas? Okay, so to start things off, we're gonna start them off with one foot forward, other foot back, fists to your face, chin down, chin tucked in, and we're gonna start off with the first punch, which is the straight punch, or the jab, if you will. Starting things off, you extend your hand forward, and then you twist your wrist so that the knuckles connect horizontally before they hit the target. Once you know all that, you do that all again, all at the same time. And to make things more interesting, to add in power to your punching bag, you twist your hips outwards, pivoting on the ball of your foot to twist that hip. Same can also be said with the cross punch. Whatever fist you're using, that's the foot you're pivoting on. Okay. Got the straight punches down? I'd say we have them down. Long as you, if you need to know the punch again, you can always rewind the video and then listen all to it again. Practice as many times as you want. Next up, we're going to do the hook punch. And for that, we're going to imagine we are holding a glass mug in our hand, and then we're going to smash the mug against the punching bag while twisting our hips outward like so. Left, and right, left, and right. Okay, seems like these gloves have survived the hook punch as well. But let's see if they will survive the uppercut. See if that will work out. So, uppercut. Pretty much a pendulum-like movement. You drop your fist down a bit, twist your hip outward, and extend your fist right in there with your palm facing up. So, again, dropping the fist a bit, recoiling your hips, and then extending all your hips, and then extending your fist right in there as well, either to the butt of the bag or the face of the bag. Doesn't matter. Either way, it's pretty much a pendulum-like motion with added twisting hip movement. Now, we're going to see if these gloves can survive the final punch, the overhand punch. See if the camera can see it. So, good old overhand punch. We're pretty much drawing a rainbow with our fist. We're drawing it across the sky and drawing it right at our endpoint, which is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, being the bag's moneymaker. So, again, over the rainbow to the pot of gold. Okay, look at that. The gloves have survived the straight punch, the punch, the uppercut, and the overhand. And with that, your gloves can withstand these attacks, and they are perfect for sparring as long as you don't go full power, and that you should use like 20% of your strength for sparring, no face contact allowed. If you are going to go full power for practicing, you might as well do it on a punching bag. So, I've showed you how to make boxing gloves. But what if you don't want a pair of boxing gloves? No, what if you wanted something similar? What if you wanted grappling gloves that they use for MMA, UFC, whatever? Well, that's what we're going to make as well. Okay, so we're going to make the grappler gloves. They're pretty much made the same way that we made the boxing gloves, except with very little steps. So what we're going to have, pool noodle, knuckle length apart, and again, slit in the middle. And this time, we're going to be using pieces of cardboard that is now the size of our palm. Okay, to start things off, we have here. This is what our base will look like. Now we're going to take the tape, any color you want, and what we're going to do here is tape half of the pool noodle onto the cardboard right here. So you're going to tape it all around till it's all black. And well, if the knuckle length is not exactly the same, try moving it to the middle if it's shorter. This is only like the second pair of grappler's gloves that I made, and the knuckles are not exactly the same size as the cardboard right here. So yeah, basically just wrap the entire lower half in your desired color. Then, next thing we're going to do is we're going to cover the top in our colored tape. And as you can see here, this is one of our most likeliest ways to cover that spot up. Just overlay 2 pieces of tape together or over top of the glove, however you prefer it. Either way, the glove is covered, kind of covered, and it's all the color you want it to be. See that? That's kind of what we want it to look like. Now we're going to do a wrist strap. Stick a piece on the side, wrap it to the other side so that the sides of it are at least the same length as the glove itself. After that, you cover up the one side with another strand of tape. Just like so here. Make sure your hand fits. Okay, looks like it's not gonna fit, so you know what I'm gonna do. Cut up the slot and then tape on over it again to make it longer. Just like here. If you really need to. Just for good old form fitting on the hands. There we go. All that's left to do is just make the finger loops. And of course, grab an extra piece if you need it to be longer, which I will. And then there, it's super sticky. Just try to get it in the back as much as you can. It'll stick eventually. Just like that. Take another strand of tape. Put it on the top of the knuckle. And then around. That part's also not long. Take another strand and put it on top. Just like that. And there you have a grappler's glove. I'm going to make the other one and get back to you guys in a bit. Okay, so now that you got your grappling gloves done, it's time to test them out. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between the grappling gloves and the boxing gloves? Well, as the name suggests, they can grapple an opponent's limb so that they can just force them down, maybe even stop the limb in their place. It's pretty much more just grappling. Other than that, it's pretty much just the same boxing drills, but with an added twist. So let's work on some of the punches, okay? So we got the jab and cross, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, and the overhand. Now there's a little twist here too. Go for the casting punch, backhand, casting punch, backhand. You see that? Let's try it again. Casting punch, backhand, casting punch, backhand. See that? It's pretty much just the hook motion, except I'm hitting with the back of my hand. That's why we taped half of the pool noodle onto the cardboard here, so that we can throw our casting punches without having to worry about the knuckles getting hurt or whatever. Can you use the casting and backhands with the boxing gloves? Yeah, you can do that, but the boxing gloves are designed differently. They're more designed for just the knuckles to hit and nothing else. Boxing doesn't typically have any backhand motions as opposed to the grappling gloves. But yeah, I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. That's how you make your very own boxing gloves and grappling gloves. Now, these gloves, these are my go-to gloves if I was to have like a good old match with them, because I'm a multi-style fighter, and what I do, I'll grapple, I'll punch, I'll defend, I'll do whatever it takes to finish off an opponent, as opposed to a boxer who just does offenses and just defenses and nothing else. But yeah, hope you found the tutorial helpful, and I will see you guys in the next vid. Bye bye.